But I think again, we talk about Johnny Depp now. See, for me, Johnny Depp is I respect him a lot. I respect Johnny Depp a lot. He is not. He is the most overrated actor there is. Fact, he is not as amazing as people make him out to be. Because there are people who say, "Oh, Johnny Depp, blah blah blah." Look, man. Okay, everybody who saw Donnie Brasco, Johnny Depp, he can't do dramatic, serious stuff. He just can't. You can't take the man seriously. You just can't. But at the same time, I respect because this guy, he goes out of his way to do as many different things as possible. He'll do it in Nebraska, he'll do an Edward Scissorhands, he'll do an Ed Wood, he'll do a Free and Loathing in Las Vegas, he'll do an Alice in Wonderland. And if you look at his resume, look at the variety of characters he's acted and the kind of stuff that he's done, and he's even done romance as well. This guy, he's not afraid to really put himself out there and go 110% into whatever role he's in, But then, again, for me, like a good contrast to that is someone like DiCaprio. DiCaprio. Obviously, not DiCaprio, but it sounds good. DiCaprio. See, DiCaprio, ever since Titanic, he now feels that, oh my gosh, I don't want to do any of these romance films. I'm a very serious actor. Hence why in DiCaprio, he's the same guy in every single film. He's pretty much the same guy in every single film, and he has the same expressions in every single film, and he does the same type of acting in every single film because he's just so obsessed with people, forcing people to take him seriously, and it is seen in all of his films. But someone like Johnny Depp is like, the guy doesn't give a damn. Yes, of course, he doesn't want. He even said he doesn't want to be a poster boy, but that doesn't mean that you can't just do all different kinds of films. Because again, if you really are worth your salt, you can do a romance film, but at the same time you can do a comedy as film, but at the same time you can do a dramatic film as well, and that's why I gotta give this guy credit. But I think that's really Johnny Depp's talent, and I think what Brando was really saw in this guy was that this guy can he really has a knack for really being characters and really embellishing characters very well. Because the Rango character was amazing. It was a really amazing character. Obviously, it's well animated, well drawn, very well designed. The way he moves was just like it was like, wow, you really feel like if a character is really moving. But the voice, that Johnny Depp gave him, the life that Johnny Depp gave him, the energy he gave him was really what made this character just put a full stop of this character being memorable, and like you see this guy and you can easily see him being within a franchise, and I think that see, because the key things that with Pixar characters, it just felt like even if I'm looking at the fish, I still feel like no, that fish is still Billy Crystal, like that's rat is still, I don't know, like Steve Martin. Like you don't feel like if I'm looking at a rat or I'm looking at a fish, I'm looking at like a car. It just seems like they all seem very similar. Even like Wally as well. It just seems like that's not like a robot, that's a guy. But with this character, especially with Rango, it felt like this is a lizard. Yes, lizard with some human manners, but it's still essentially a lizard, which is just what made him so interesting. That you're looking at a lizard who is a very snazzy character. But yeah, and I think Johnny Depp, I just thought he did really, really well in this role. He voiced him really well, and just gave him that kick, that extra oomph. But what's it called? Ned Beatty is obviously in there. The voice acting was great in it, and some of the characters, like obviously you see there's this character like Ace Snake, which was obviously like his standard character there. But I think and another thing that stuck out to me was obviously there's some amazing scenes in it. There's one scene that has bats in it, which is like which was the standout scene. Just the animation in there, how that was done, and the kind of action and stuff that was happening, and how that was put together was like amazing. I was just like literally there were bits where I was like, wow, whoa, because that was how good this thing was. But yeah, man, it's like, but yeah. Another thing is like, another thing that was really good about this thing was like the faces, man. They just gave, they were just because it was a good balance between seriousness and still keeping it kiddie stuff, because when I look at stuff like Pixar, it's kiddie stuff. The way the things are drawn, the way the way they move, it's kiddie stuff. It's very good. It's very amazing, but it's still kiddie stuff. But with this, is like, you just felt like if man, it feels like if I'm watching a Western movie. Yeah, it's a Western movie with animals, and obviously they are. It's still trying to pander to kids a bit, but at the same time, it's just found that perfect equilibrium between being a family friendly film and being like a serious Western film. Which was then again actually having that balance is something that's extremely hard. Which is why you always have to give kudos to films that achieve the balance of being family friendly and being serious as well, because it's an extremely hard thing to do, and this thing I feel it does it. So yeah, I fully recommend it to view this to view it. And I think again another standout thing of this film were some of the flashback scenes that it has. Again, when you see those flashback scenes, it's like, yeah, man, so much amazing stuff can be done with this 3D animation. Again, I know people have been telling me about this. Phantom of Hope, I've been saying, man, 3D. I'm like, nah, I don't care about 3D, man. It's all about 2D. It's all about 2D. Akira, blah blah. What has 3D, done that's so amazing? But man, I think this is the first time I've said that, man. 3D animation can really go places. And I think, with Rango, with some of the stuff that was shown in Rango was like, I was like, wow, man, this is some seriously amazing stuff. So serious amazing stuff. And again, for me, this is easily a film that I'd want to watch again. I'd easily want to watch it again because you really feel that you've seen a film with some substance, like some kind of thing. You really feel like I've seen a film like with all of the Pixar stuff. Yeah, I've seen an animation stuff. You've just said, okay, this is one of these animation things, but with Rango, man, okay, yeah, I know it's animated, but I feel like if I've watched like a Western film, that's amazing, because because with all this Pixar stuff, it's always been about animations with kids. Oh, but it has a little bit more the kids, but it's primarily a kids thing. But with this Rango, man, if you love Western movies, man, especially those Eastwood films, with few dollars more, fistful of dollars, or even blah blah, Once Upon a Time in the West, you will love this. You will really love this, So yeah, man, I really, really, really fully recommend this film. It's I think the people who made it, even the writing, the script for it, the characters, the production design, the scenes, it exceeded my expectations. Obviously, yeah, my expectations were low, but this definitely did exceed my expectations, and I will fully give this a Talkback 100% recommendation. Double H has said, so you can take me out if you like and blame me. I said, take your money, especially in this land of people are remaking stuff, remakes, and like all this comic book movie crap and bait format crap. If you want to put your money in a good, what I believe, an original product, put your money into Rango. You will not be disappointed. Put your money into Rango. It gets my 2 thumbs up. Animation doesn't have to be all kiddie.